black to play and win. This is a wonderful example of a dynamic King's Indian. Played between Mark Narciso and Vitaly Bernadskiy. So Narciso from Spain, Bernadskiy from Ukraine. Played in 2019. I actually recorded this, the whole game. I examined the whole game on my channel. Well, not long after this game was played, which was played at the end of 2019. It really is beautiful. So black to play and win. So first of all, we'll just have a look at that bishop. It's loose. White was a little bit careless. And black's pieces are set up really nicely. So first of all this. Of course that has to be taken. And then knight takes e4. So if this is taken, then there's going to be bishop takes, bishop check. And that's what happened in the game. But first of all, let's just have a quick look at bishop takes bishop. Then black has queen g5 check. That's a very unpleasant check because after bishop g2, now queen c5 check. And if king f1, then knight d2 is mate. Now, white can struggle on with knight f2, but it's winning for black. Incidentally, that's why it's best to check here first and not queen b6, because in that case the king can step up. But queen g5 is a really clever little shuffle, and only then you hit the diagonal. So after, let's go from the beginning again. So knight takes, check, pawn takes, knight takes e4, so not bishop g7, but pawn takes knight, bishop takes bishop check. Look at those two fantastic bishops. And look how the queen is miles away from the king's side, which makes it much easier for black to attack. So the knight blocks, queen h4, threatening the knight. Rook c2 defends the knight. And now here's a lovely bit of flash. There's more than one way to win this position, so one could play rook c5 here, which doesn't look too bad. As I said, this queen is completely locked out of play, so the attack must be good for black. But Bernadskiy played spectacularly, and this is absolutely sound. First of all, rook takes, then queen g5 check. The bishop blocked on g2. Okay, so here is where I'd like you to have a think. You have a think, I'll have a drink. Black to play and win. Cheers. Black sacked the exchange on c3 to weaken the e-pawn. Now, he didn't play bishop takes. That would be a mistake. Because in this case, well, white survives. White is still a piece up. Black has a lot of pawns, but white survives. The best move is rook takes, because you want to keep that bishop on b7. You're trying to get through to g2. And if this is taken, then, for example, so queen takes bishop mate threatened, and after this, well, okay, this is going to be taken, and black is winning. So after rook takes, king f1 was played. Now, did you spot the winning continuation? Remember, black is a rook down. So if you take here, then actually white should be winning that position. And if queen takes bishop, then you can play pawn takes bishop. So what should black play in this position? This is absolutely brilliant. Queen takes bishop, sacking the queen. King takes forced. Rook takes rook, check. Discover check. Now in the game, white played knight e4. but that failed to this. And white resigned. It's going to be checkmate shortly. So, for example, king f4, rook g4, mate. Now, if we come back to this position, then if king g3, give a check. Another check. The king can't escape. Rook e3 this time. And rook f3 mate. I mean, there are other ways to go, but I think we'll leave it at that position. Have fun examining all the other variations. If you want to look at this again and try some other moves, then do check out the link to chesspuzzle.net and you'll see all the analysis there. And you can also see the whole game, and it's really fun. I'll also put the link to my original recording on the channel from over 5 years ago. Thanks for watching.